voice acting, something that I care deeply about, and all the talented people that are in it. This is the first episode of a series I would like to start called Inside the Booth, where I talk and tell you about voice acting legends, and what better legend to start with than the man himself, Mathew Christopher Miller, or better known as Mathew Mercer. Truly one of the greatest voice actors of all time, known for his wide variety of roles in games, shows and anime. The English voice of Leon Kennedy in multiple Resident Evil games, and the Resident Evil animated films. And if you know me, I adore RE games. One of my favourites, Jack Cooper in Titanfall 2. He also voices the pilot in Helldivers, and he's also the English voice actor for Melvin Voyager in Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. But that's enough of an introduction. Let's get into it. Mathew Mercer was born in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida on the 29th of June 1982, but then later moved to Los Angeles with his family, where he attended Agora High School just outside the city at 14 in the year 1996. That's where he began to show an interest in drama, art and anime, joining art clubs and falling in love with the amazing tabletop game Risk. No, I'm just kidding. Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons inspire creative thinking and performance through the characters you make, like doing voices and acting out battles. I myself love D&D, but I'm a sad sack of shit and have no friends to play it with. Anyway, when Matt's time in high school came to an end, when he graduated in the year 2000, he started his voice acting journey, where he began auditioning for small parts in animes known as mobs. During this time, Mathew attended the University of North Carolina studying acting and also studied at the British American Drama Academy. Now, this is a foggy area because I can't find an accurate date of when he started and graduated from these schools. One of Mathew Mercer's most popular roles was one of his first big breaks, voicing Levi Ackerman in the dubbed version of Attack on Titan. And yes, I listen to dub over sub. Fight me!
My legs! What's wrong? Not enjoying yourself so much anymore?
The first episode of Attack on Titan came out on the 7th of April 2013, so I think it's safe to say he got his role a year prior in 2012. From there on out, things were on the up and up for this legendary voice actor. He got roles in major games like Resident Evil, Overwatch, and in major animes like Naruto, One Piece. But now I would like to get into some of the games and roles he's in that I hold dear to me and what I personally think has some of his best performances. First, I've got to mention the amazing first-person shooter that is Titanfall 2.
Of all the things I've seen on the battlefields of the frontier, the pilot is the true dominant force. Fast and agile. Graceful, yet devastating.
I love this game to bits, and its campaign is amazing. I'd give anything to see Matt come back as Jack Cooper. He did a fantastic job, and not only that, Jack Cooper is a badass, okay? He took on a whole militia and kicked unbelievable ass, having barely any training from his mentor. It is insane. We got GTA 6 before Titanfall 3. Another fantastic performance from Matt was his role as Pain in the anime Naruto. He was actually the second Pain after another voice actor that I will not mention until a later date. He also voices in one of my favourite game franchises ever, Batman Arkham. He voices my personal favourite Robin, Tim Drake.
I'll handle it.
You'll be fine.
Of course I will. You train me.
Something fantastic about this performance is that I wasn't actually sure it was Mathew. When I first heard his voice lines, I had suspicions, and when the credits rolled and his name appeared, I was gassed. This isn't the first time, however, Matt was in a Batman game. He also voiced Mr. Freeze. And if that wasn't enough, he also voiced one of my favourite DC characters, Deadshot in Injustice 2.
Joker.
Mr. Lawton, how's your daughter?
If you will ever mention her.
Which is funny, because when I first played the game, I didn't realise until long after I stopped playing that Matt was the voice of Deadshot. Another role I believe not many people talk about is Mathew's performance as Luke Skywalker in Battlefront 2.
If the Empire's here, what I sensed was true, there must be something special about this place. You stay here, R2.
I was thoroughly impressed with his performance as Luke Skywalker. I believed he captured the character perfectly. There's also another voice actor that'll be mentioned later in this series that did a fantastic job at voicing one Harrison Ford, but that's a video for another day. I'm aware, however, Matt has done many other roles, but again, these are some of my favourites. So there you have it, Mathew Mercer, a voice acting legend. So talented at every single role he does, puts his heart and soul into it and you can really tell. All down to his Dungeons and Dragons sessions he does. He always puts in 100% and never ceases to deliver the maximum amount of performance he can possibly muster. For he is truly such an amazing voice actor. And one day, perhaps I can hope to be just a little like him. Thank you so much for chiming in with me today. If you liked the video, show it some love. I plan on making another video on voice actors very, very soon. About a voice actor that has been in a more recent popular game that won many, many awards at the Game of the Year. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Oh, you still here? Ah, well, might as well give you something to watch. Here's a few bloopers from when I messed up multiple times whilst recording. Voice acting legends. And what better legend to start with? Amazing double tape. Thinking and performance. I myself love D&D, but I'm a sad sack of and have no friends to play it with. First, I've got to mention Attack on Titan. Another fantastic performance from Matt was in Pain. It was also voiced... Damn it. I believe not many people talk about is his performance as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I was thoroughly impressed with his impression of this character, and I believe he captures the character perfectly. Who the fuck is texting me? I was thoroughly impressed with his... for fuck's sake. One Harrison Ford. But that's not a video for another day. Me sideways. Why am I so at reading? I would... If you enjoyed it, I'm just grateful. For sake. I'm just grateful? The fuck does that mean? All down to the unique, accurate noises. Fuck's sake. What the does unique, accurate voice... What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What am I doing? What are you doing? I'm gonna blame future me for this. Ugh. Fuck you, Archie. Fuck you. And if you want to see any particular voice actors, you can always ask. I plan on covering a majority of them. However... Are you on drugs? Are you high? Goodbye. Finally, it took you long enough!